Alright, so this was Captain Teembro's deck from the event. Wanted to take a look and see what new cards could potentially slide into this deck from the Awakening set, and kind of what we could do with it from there. The rest of the video will show my initial thoughts after the event and some gameplay, but I thought it would be helpful and beneficial to just see if maybe this deck has what it takes in the next set, or what spicy new options we have. So let's take a look here. This deck is base primal, so Clodog's kind of out. I don't think Reactor Forge is where we want to be, and Defective Flamebot, we don't really have a way to target it either. So it would have to be them killing it unless we want to torch our Flamebot. So that's kind of out. Coronation Ritual doesn't really make sense either. So for the fire cards, we're kind of left high and dry here. Not a lot to light the fire as far as the Skycrag deck goes, but when we take a look at the primal cards, Dazzle certainly seems reasonable. We're playing a transpose market here, so can't market it, so this would have to be a main deck Dazzle, and that gets a little sketchy, but it's not the worst thing you could be doing. Jaral seems super competitive here. I think this would be one of the things that would make me consider playing this deck. We're already playing like Linrai Evangels and like trying to force Primal for Helio. So we could probably make a few cuts, like potentially cutting Skywards here. And doing something like this and having 4 Jarals. I could see that being very competitive. Fierce Protection is another interesting option. It might be a little better if it had Aegis, so I'm going to pass on that for now. And Isra seems more focused towards draft, so that's also something I would potentially skip on. It's kind of cool that you could give like your Jaral and some of your other stuff flying for a turn. Like giving Jack flying is cool, but I don't know. I don't know if this is better than other options. Like, you know, you could play something like Geminon in that slot if you wanted a big 5-drop that wins you the game, and I feel like that would be better. But I guess it just depends. If you have a deck that relies more on evasion, maybe this gets a little better. But yep, it seems like Jaral would be the main change, and you can actually see I would add 4 Jaral and I cut the 4 Skyward Seers. But other than that, this deck didn't really get a lot of love from the new set, and I just wanted to touch on that real quick before we hopped into the gameplay, in case you were considering playing this going forward. Things I've been wanting to do is take a look at the decks from the last event, and like look at the lists and play a few games with each, and now is a good time to do that. So this was Captain Teembro's list. I actually got a peek at it before. I'm in their Discord, and they were just kind of testing it, and it seems super solid. I didn't catch all of their games, but I caught some of them. They played after I was already done with my set. But the deck seems strong. Just lots of aggression, and Skyward Seer to grab Helio is pretty good. I imagine this is a little worse now, but it's still fine. I guess they're playing Sudden Schism to just copy stuff, and I kind of like that tech. It just seems like a super aggressive list. I'm really into it. Let's just play some games with it. Let's not play with my Trading Post deck and Throne, though. Although I do have a Throne Trading Post deck. We won't get into that. I'll just keep this. Have a turn 2 Sky Serpent. Playing against an aggressive deck, Double Torch will be nice, and if not, we'll just turn 1 into fire or something. See what happens. Looks like we're playing against Reanimator. I guess our goal against this deck is to burn them out. Patra makes that hard. That was a pretty bad hit for them. I think we do want to just keep curving out here. I'll take the more aggressive line.
The ritual is complete.
That'll be hard to race. They have 1 power in their void. Let's just try and, I could double torch here, but I think I just want a big clock.
Hunt them down. Doom comes.
It's about to say this could just be a bad matchup, but then we top deck that. Just like, oh, okay.
One shot, one kill. The fruits of paradise.
Ah, with that, we probably lose. What's in their void? We'll need a Helio to win. That would have been nice last turn.
One shot, one kill.
See what's on top of our deck. Still battling. Still need Helio. Oh. They grab the reanimation spell now. Yeah.
You'll do.
That's probably game. We'll see what they hit, though.
One shot, one kill.
Well. The clock continues.
The ritual is complete.
If we win this game, I'm gonna be so confused.
What are you gonna do?
That's 2 damage. You know what they say, 2 damage is 2 damage. Now, Flame Blast is actually lethal. Primal Sigil is not. We have to chump Vara here. Or Katra.
Hear my power.
A lot of cards are lethal.
The ritual is complete.
Oh no! Well, thanks, Teembro. We'll keep this. Get to attack for 4 on turn 2 if we want to. Minibot. What's up with Minibot? I haven't played Throne in a while, but it hasn't been long enough that Minibot's in the meta. No real great answers to this. Might just try and race it. Definitely a sad day to be on the draw.
Step aside, tyrant. Bootlicker rebellion lives on.
Nurture me, Linrai. I require nurture. Oh shit. We can't even use that. Yeah, so this was just a non-game for us. I like how the default card back for this looks like the mock-up drawing that someone did, was just like, this is what I want it to look like eventually. Like, let's just use this as level 1 card back. Only my opponents get 4 ones on turn 2. I never get it. Sad face.
It'll get the job done, guaranteed.
Four drop do I want? Probably not Jawbone. Maybe it is Jawbone.
It'll get the job done.
I don't know, I don't usually play aggro. So it's hard to... I guess this is kind of mid-range, but it can play like an aggro deck.
Whatever you need. I love my work.
Well, I think this deck got significantly hurt by Helio. I didn't think it was too bad, but now that we're playing it, I think this Helio nerf really hurts. Because before you could just play it as an aggro deck that could just refill its hand. And now it's just like... ugh.
The road, friend.
Time for the finishing blow.
Alright. Well, it's cool to know that some decks, you know, maybe aren't as good. Let's take a look at this. Kind of on the same boat, just a lot of early stuff, and then like trying to top out with Helio to draw more burn. I honestly think this version should keep transpose, but I'm not really sure what I'd change. Maybe the Linrai of angles aren't as good now. Maybe we just play hard power instead. But definitely, I guess he's already playing 28 power, which is just insane. But not sure how I feel about it. Another thing to keep in mind here too, I think Jack, this might be one of those decks where Jack is just bad, right? Like, if we need all of this influence for Champion of Fury to be good, how often are we going to have Sigil available? I guess we have Maveloft Huntress, so I guess if you were going to keep Jack in here and like keep the deck kind of similar, I would once again cut these Evangels, and I would add something else that plunders, or just another way to get power, because I was never able to cast Jack in any of my games, and I wasn't able to cast Helio either, so there's definitely work that needs to be done here. But that's all for the Helio decks. Let's take a look at this. Kind of on the same boat, just a lot of early stuff, and then like trying to top out with Helio to draw more burn. I honestly think this version should keep Transpose, but I'm not really sure what I'd change. Maybe the Linrai of Angles aren't as good now. Maybe we just play hard power instead. But definitely, I guess he's already playing 28 power, which is just insane. But not sure how I feel about it. Another thing to keep in mind here too, I think Jack, this might be one of those decks where Jack is just bad, right? Like, if we need all of this influence for Champion of Fury to be good, how often are we going to have Sigil available? I guess we have Maveloft Huntress, so I guess if you were going to keep Jack in here and like keep the deck kind of similar, I would once again cut these Evangels, and I would add something else that plunders, or just another way to get power, because I was never able to cast Jack in any of my games, and I wasn't able to cast Helio either, so there's definitely work that needs to be done here. But that's all for the Helio decks.